In the previous video, we traveled to Halifax, the capital city of the Canadian province of Nova Scotia. We explored the downtown area, walked on the Halifax Harbour waterfront, visited the Immigration Museum, stopped by at Seaport Farmers Market, and the Botanical Gardens. But our journey didn't stop there. In this video, we will make our way towards Granton, Nova Scotia, and also visit Prince Edward Island, one of Eastern Canada's maritime provinces. We first arrived to a quiet little community of Granton on Pictou County's North Shore, where we would spend the next couple of days in a small blue Airbnb cottage, which was perched right near the water with a dazzling view of the river, the perfect location for a home away from home. Our first stop was just a short drive from Granton, called the Caribou Munroes Island Provincial Park, about 11 kilometers north of the town of Pictou. The park is home to a 1-mile-long sand beach, and it brings in some of the warmest saltwater swimming you'll find in that area. Next up was a Caribou lighthouse. We got to experience how windy it could get, especially near the shoreline, as the waves pummeled against the rocks and brought in a heavy chilly breeze. Nevertheless, this lighthouse serves as a marker of Nova Scotia's maritime heritage. The next location was New Glasgow, nestled where the East River meets the harbor. It's one of the main towns in Pictou County and was founded in the late 1700s and named after Glasgow, Scotland, a nod to the waves of Scottish immigrants who settled there. The town gave off a very rustic vibe and was the perfect area for street photography. We also stopped by at a restaurant called The Dock to grab lunch and was captivated by how beautiful the interior was. which seemed like it was inspired by Victorian designs. It was built in a building with Scottish roots going back over a century and was decorated with historical pictures and antiques, which made it an eclectic experience. The place also had a really cool rooftop patio for outdoor seating. Overall, the food was delicious as we ordered fish tacos and cheesecake for dessert. The next day, we headed to the Highland Square Mall, which is considered the main retail hub for New Glasgow and surrounding towns, drawing shoppers from the entire county. The mall first opened in 1979, making it one of the longest-running enclosed malls in northern Nova Scotia. Inside, we walked around and found a bunch of retail stores and local shops. And although we didn't really splurge on much, it was great to see a local Canadian mall and kind of make a comparison to the malls here in the United States, which, to be honest, didn't seem like there was much contrast, as there were a lot of vacant spaces, probably due to the fact that there were stores that closed down in the past. Our final destination was Prince Edward Island, but to get there, we needed to cross the Northumberland Strait, a stretch of ocean that separates Prince Edward Island from mainland Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. We boarded a ro-ro ferry that took us straight to the island. The trip lasted about 40 to 45 minutes and allowed us to take a moment to relax from the long driving. We were also free to walk around while on the ferry, and there was also a dining area enclosed if we needed to sit down. Once there, we were stunned with how scenic the drive was. PEI is mostly made up of gentle rolling hills, family farms, open fields, and pastures. It's one of the most agriculturally productive regions in Canada for its size. I also noticed that the terrain was very colorful. This is due to the fact that there is iron-rich sandstone, which when exposed to air, the iron oxidizes, turning the landscape into a bright red color. The Anne of Green Gables Museum is located in Park Corner, Prince Edward Island, which is about 10 kilometers north of Cavendish. The museum is actually set on the original McNeil family farmstead, which inspired the fictional Green Gables house and was built by the prominent Campbell family in the 1870s, whom the author, Lucy Maud Montgomery, was a close friend to and found herself spending a lot of time, which served as a real-life inspiration for the setting of her books. Once inside, you'll notice the furniture, decorations, and artifacts, giving you an intimate glimpse into rural 19th century life on Prince Edward Island. You'll see rooms like the kitchen, parlor, bedrooms, and even the attic space, evoking Anne's imaginative spirit. The surrounding farmstead includes the barn, gardens, and orchard, allowing visitors to experience the rural atmosphere and natural beauty that inspired much of Montgomery's writing. Walking the grounds felt like stepping into Anne's world, with old trees, wildflowers, and pathways reminiscent of the book's descriptions. There was also a gift shop that included everything from postcards to thoughtful souvenirs for anyone that is a fan of the story. The museum felt very immersive, and I was also happy to be able to snap some photos that would remind us of our trip there. We decided to end our day at the beach at North Rustico on Prince Edward Island's North Shore, which is also a part of the Prince Edward Island National Park. The beach faces the Gulf of St. Lawrence, giving it a cooler breeze and clean and calmer waves. The combination of red cliff rock, white sand, and the low northern sun creates vibrant colors, which is incredible for drone shots or B-roll. The sand is fine and light colored, unlike the red sand you see on some other PEI beaches. But just behind the dunes and along the cliffs, you'll notice the classic PEI red sandstone. This was the first time for us at such a unique beach with red sand, and we were quite taken back how clean and well maintained it was. As we headed back, we also encountered a few friends along the way on this island. And that concludes our trip to Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. Thanks for coming along with us in our journey, and hope this serves as an inspiration for you as well to visit Eastern Canada. Until next time.